I know. We are back with the author of The Meaning of Truth. Therapist Nicole Sachs is here. Joining us is a whole house full of guests who sit here with aches and pains probably that they're willing to share and talk about. You know, we're really in this world, the society that we live in now, it seems like, oh, I got a pain, doctor, boom, here's your pill.
That's
for
right.
that, you know? Is that what we're really seeing? Is this sort of overprescribed society?
Yeah, you know, the problem with human beings is that we hate to suffer. We are so quick to want to get out of discomfort, and that's part of the human condition, so that's normal. So you can't blame people for wanting to take a pill, but here's the problem, the pills aren't working anymore. Yeah. And we have this epidemic of chronic pain and then opiate addiction because people get an injury and they have a legitimate chronic pain and then they take the pills. It's too much.
Now, did you ultimately write this book and get to this conclusion because you dealt with your own pain and you just thought this isn't working?
Yes. When I was 19, I was diagnosed with spondylolisthesis, long word. That means it's a degenerative spinal condition, and I was told my life would be extremely limited. And as a result of doing this work, I travel, I exercise, I had 3 kids, I have no pain.
Gosh, wow.
Yes, and then I dedicated my whole life to it. Went back to school, became a therapist, and
How bad was your pain?
Oh, I was severe. At the time, I was removed from college, and I was bedridden.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And how many pills were you on, probably?
Oh, codeine and whatever. I mean, I was loopy. It was unbelievable.
So what was the moment that you said, this has got to change? Because a lot of people wouldn't be as strong as you. A lot of people say, well, you're a doctor, you're giving me the pills, I guess I should take them.
You know, I was told that I would need spinal fusion surgery, which limits your mobility for life. They put a rod in your spine, and then it limits your mobility. And I was told I could wait a little while, but I would eventually need it, and that just wasn't okay with me. I wanted to give myself the gift of being curious about something else.
Yeah, and that opened the doors.
Yes, and that opened the door.
Now, I know I have suffered from chronic pain in my feet, in my heels for 20 years, and I'm just now learning a lot about it. A lot had to do with sports injuries when I was a kid that never were treated. And I always thought it was from wearing high heels, and I've been to so many specialists like, no, and a lot of people said, oh, we could do surgery on your feet and stretches, and I thought, I don't want to do that. I'm just not into that. Have you had any chronic pain?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I actually had a bad back for a good 10 years from the age of 14 or 15, which is, you know, so crazily young, and I'm so thrilled that it's such a coincidence that we are on the show together, because I actually got rid of my pain through reading these books by Dr. John Sarno, and you were saying that he trained you. So this is
really
this is blowing.
Wow, he's a big deal.
He's a very big deal. Yeah.
What did he do?
He has 3 best-selling books that have been around since the 70s, and people have trouble believing that an emotional exercise can cure a physical condition. But the thing is that your daughter got stung by a bee. I mean, immediately your stomach gets sick, right?
Oh, I was
immediately.
Sick.
We believe that, right? We believe that stress causes our
blood
headaches.
pressure went up.
Your stomach gets sick when you get bad news. We just have to make a little bridge to your inner rage and shame can cause your back pain. It's just true. And this is what Dr. Sarno said. Okay. And through working with him and through my own training, now that's what I do in my practice.
What's the exercise?
The exercise is this. People need to give a voice to those repressed feelings that are making us sick. And I call that voice journal speak. And so what people need to do, it's simple. 20 minutes a day, set the time on your phone, and journal. But not the kind of journaling that people usually have done before. It's not what I did today. It's these deeper feelings. It is resentment. It's very hard.
It's like therapy for people. It's difficult for them to do that.
It's difficult. But here's the deal. If in human life we have to choose between what hurts and what hurts worse. And if you don't want to be addicted to pills, and if you don't want to do a surgery, this is a simple thing you can try. It costs you no money, and it won't hurt you. And I have miraculous results from my own clients in my practice for years.
With absolutely no medication.
Absolutely no medication.
I did it when we were shooting, actually. I was under a bit of pressure with the shoot, and my back was playing up, and so I was journaling in my room at the end of the day and stuff.
You see?
And like...
This is living proof, and this is a man who doesn't have to be limited now.
And I didn't know that we were going to meet.
But wait, what if somebody finds this and reads this and sees
Burn it.
You do?
No,
Look at him. He has my point for me. You don't need to hold on to this journaling.
Yeah.
This is not something that you ever need to read again.
But what if I want to go back and know where I was?
This is not. Then keep a leather-bound, beautiful thing.
Yeah,
then
but it's almost like you're revisiting the pain. Let it go.
Let
Put it out and let it go.
Throw it away.
Wash it free.
Burn it. You need to be free to do the dark stuff. Yeah.
We have joining us on Skype, Marion Williams, and she is here from Chicago. She is a patient of yours.
She is my patient.
Yes.
Hi, Marion.
Hello.
Hi, Marion. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
Welcome.
So tell us a little bit about what you were dealing with.
So it sort of started out for me with this pinching neck pain that went down my arm to my hand. And I started to lose my grip in my left hand. And this was like very, very scary for me because I'm a graphic designer. And I spend my days hour after hour drawing and using a tablet at my computer. And I went to everybody trying to figure out what this was. And I was diagnosed with thoracic outlet syndrome, which is a pinching nerve in your collarbone area. I was diagnosed with carpal tunnel syndrome. And then also I had an MRI done, and they looked at it and they saw a bunch of bulging discs in my neck. And, you know, these are separate doctors basically saying each one of those reasons is the reason I'm losing the grip in my hand. So I went to a rolfer, massage therapist, trigger point therapist, like on and on and on. And nothing worked. It basically just kept going on. So I read all of Sarno's books, and I enrolled in a class here in Chicago called Mind Body Medicine with Dr. John Strax, and went through the course. And things got better, but they didn't completely go away. And so he advised me that I could benefit from seeing someone like Nicole Sachs. So
what did Nicole do to relieve your pain then?
Basically furthering that idea of going inward and starting to express the repressed feelings that I had about lots of stuff in my life. So I basically committed to journaling and squirreling myself away in the corner of my house to do this work.
Okay. Can I just jump in real quick here? Because you're asking somebody to go to a place they may not be willing to go, which is finding truth. Right?
That's right.
Like finding the truth and that's hidden and probably wanting you not to even remember or forget about it.
Yes.
But it's coming out in different areas of your body. How hard is it then to go to that corner and sit and make yourself face that reality?
It's pretty hard, but you know, I think a lot of people who have found Sarno and who have found this methodology were so desperate that they're finally willing to do that.
Yes.
And that's who I was.
That's what happens.
And am.
So the key is to erase all those feelings anyway. You write them down, you get rid of them.
Yeah, you find a way to let them go and also let them out in the light of day. And some of them are irrational and crazy and super ugly.
Is there anything I dare to ask you?
Out.
I dare to ask you this. If it's too revealing, please, with all respect. But is there anything that revelation you came to that you were like, oh, I can't believe like that? I was suppressing that feeling. And again, if it's too personal, because I imagine this is a personal journey you go on.
No, absolutely. But, you know, it's dumb stuff. Like I recently built a house with my husband, and I had just had so much anger about how hard it was that I didn't like the house I lived in.
Interesting.
Once I got in there.
And your house is your space. Your house is your nest, your home.
Oh,
and I just resented the house. I resented the process.
And that happens so much to so many of us, by the way.
Yeah.
You just want to say it out loud, but I felt bad doing that.
And that's the thing. Once you say it out loud, you hit the delete button. You get rid of it because your body just needs to know that we're not spending all this energy pushing it down. Once the feelings are seen the light of day, you don't have to share them with anyone. You don't have to change your life. You don't have to resolve anything. The symptoms melt away. And I know it sounds crazy, but I invite people to try it. But I've been doing this for 15 years. I have people who are in motorized wheelchairs who play 18 holes of golf. And I'm not even exaggerating.
Wow. We made life better today.
Right? He recommends it to people every day. We didn't even know about this.
Here's the thing. Wait, did she leave her home? What happened with the house?
No, she likes her house.
No, see, you don't have to leave your house.
I spent the entire weekend decorating it.
Okay, so now you like it.
And the truth is, what do you have to lose?
Right.
Try it.
Or you can be like me and not care about anything.
Really? If you don't care about anything, then you're fine.
Order off a duck's back.
Channel. Her book is available. It's on Amazon. It's called meaningofTruthbook.com. Pick it up. Or, I don't know, maybe it'll just show up. Somebody will send it to you from Amazon.
That'd be nice.
Right?
You're welcome.
Up next, we're making your eyebrows look beautiful and bushy. Come back.
All right, coming right up, I'm going to give you the bold, beautiful eyebrows that you have always wanted.